Hey everyone, so today I'm going to be going over how to beat Spamton Neo at the end of the SnowGrave route of DeltaRune Chapter 2. Now this guy is definitely the Sans of DeltaRune. He's the super hard secret final boss to the Genocide route of the game. Now there are a few big differences between fighting him at the end of SnowGrave route and fighting him at the end of the normal game. Most notably, first of all, you can only play as Chris. You don't have Susie and Ralsei to help you fight him. There's no option to fight him in a pacifist. There's a secret final phase that's exclusive to this version of the fight. And yeah, it's pretty difficult. So as far as fight prep goes, you're definitely going to want to have the Mecha Saber since that's the highest damaging weapon you can equip to Chris. Try and max out your defense, which you can't really do much for that. And as far as your items, mostly just CD bagels. They heal 80 HP, which is pretty solid. And we are going to go into the fight. So yeah, this fight's pretty rough. This video is not a guide that's going to help you beat it first try. It's just what I do to beat it. I'm going to turn my volume up actually, just a little bit. Gotta leave it at an even number though. Alright. So, your goal is just to spam attacks. This first move, charge up big shots, kill the heads of them. It's actually pretty much the easiest attack in the fight to dodge. Aim to have 16 or 17% tension points. Here, if you move slightly up or down, you can actually get a double graze, which can be really good for farming TP during this attack. And whenever you have 25% TP at least, fire off an X slash, since that deals really good damage. So the heart attack's really good for grazing since the projectiles are slow and it deals really low damage. As you can see, it only dealt 14 damage, which is incredibly low. And yeah, when the Fried Pippus attack comes, just try and hug the right side here since that'll put you the closest to the Pippus, which makes it just a bit easier to time your big shots to hit all the Pippus, which is pretty useful. And yeah, just try to use attacks as many turns as you can. This attack's pretty dangerous. Your goal is to not get hit primarily, but it gets really hard to do that as he gets closer and closes in on you. Now, if you drop below 90 or so, definitely heal. But until then, just try to get comfortable with the attacks so you can still fight. Now, during this attack, which is definitely, in my opinion, probably the most dangerous in the entire fight, you're going to want to take out the nose first. And my health is obviously looking questionable. I'm going to use the light candy here. Yeah, that attack deals insane damage. Now, during this part attack, which, I mean, fortunately, the projectiles deal really low damage because it's actually surprisingly difficult to dodge this attack. This attack, again, it's all about timing and knowing how to dodge the projectiles of the heads that you don't kill, because you're probably not going to be killing all the heads. And more X slash. Face attacks coming on. Kill the eyes second. Do not kill them last, because their attack becomes far harder to dodge when you leave them for last. When you drop below, like, 95 or so, do try to heal, but don't use Fried Pippus, because that wastes a lot of TP. Instead, prioritize using a CD Baylor rather than that. And now for this attack, which is just, whew. This attack is a real killer right here. I mean, you can already see I'm pretty much screwed right there. Yeah. And another Pippus attack. Fortunately, once you get used to these, they are, well, I don't want to jinx myself, but they're not too bad. I did almost jinx myself there, though. I mean, that got pretty uncomfortably close. Now, I'm gonna heal here because I'm trying to play it safe. And this attack can be pretty tough to dodge. Yeah. I'm still trying to hold off from using Fried Pipis. And we got an attack that I'm decently good at, so should be cool to mostly not take damage here, and I can pull off some X slashes now. Now you're pretty much near the end when he starts using the 3-heart attack. Again, this attack deals pretty low damage. It's really good for getting a lot of grazing in, so you can build up TP during this turn. And then more X slashes. After you reach this health point, which is 6% HP, he is going to increase his defense by a lot, and yeah. Now this attack's pretty easy. Just try and dodge it. The projectiles move pretty slow, and you're gonna have to act. Fighting is worthless. You're gonna deal 10 damage, and he's gonna heal it immediately. The fight just can't be won at that point. So, you're gonna call for your friends. First, you call for Rousey twice. Alright. And then you're gonna call for Susie twice. And these aren't gonna do anything, but they're necessary to progress with the fight. But after you've called for Susie the second time, you'll be able to call for Noelle. And at this point, she's actually going to show up in clutch, and she's going to kill Spamton Neo with SnowGrave. And that's how to beat Spamton Neo, the hardest boss in DeltaRune as of date. This fight lasts a little while, as you can see. But yeah. Hope you enjoy that. Hope it was informative. Just spam X slashes. Don't use Fried Pipis. Just use CG Bagels. Try to get comfortable with dodging the attacks because, yeah, try to figure out what you're good and bad at. It's a rough fight. I mean, it took me maybe a bit over a half an hour my first time beating him, which is quite a bit for me because I'm generally good at bosses in video games. So, you know, have fun. It's a really fun boss. Definitely my favorite boss in the game so far, topping out Jevil by just a smidge, but still topping him off. See ya. Hope that helped.